So today this video is going to be about two different things, alien and Bigfoot reports. The main thing that this video is about a weird black triangle flap that I've noticed after looking at the MUFON UFO stalker map. There's going in a pretty obvious line here. If it loads, let me see. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Black triangle reports going in a pretty relative line. Oh, 6 here. It starts from, let's see here. Around Toronto, a little bit above, going down into Syracuse, New York, and then into Deerfield, and then jumping across to the next sighting, which is in Brattleboro. What state is this? Vermont? Yeah. There's a pretty clear arch that these reports make. And even looking at the national scale, you can see a pretty obvious line that even starts from Minnesota, southern Minnesota, going down into Chicago, and then popping up into Toronto and all the other places that I've talked about. So it seems like there's been a bit of a black triangle flap in Northern America and Southern Canada, which is interesting. I mean, I've been out of the sphere of influence for a little bit, but you know, when I was looking at this pretty much daily, I didn't see that many black triangle sightings very often. You know, I saw 1 or 2, but in this high of a not high of a concentration, but like in this kind of a line, I never saw that. Like, you can pretty easily draw a line connecting all these in a one general direction, but just starting from the Midwest going to the eastern coast near Vermont and Maine, in that area. And it's interesting. You know, it doesn't necessarily mean aliens. I don't think that black triangles most of the time are aliens. I think, you know, a lot of these reports are either misidentified aircraft or phenomenon. I'm not a skeptic, but I'm a healthy skeptic. I'm a skeptical believer when it comes to most things, you know, because not everything has to be boxed into a certain category. You know, it can be multiple different things, and you just have to narrow it down into what it could be. At least explanation-wise of most things. I like to keep my mind open when it comes to this stuff, but I also like to step back and see the bigger picture of, you know, what's happening here. And it seems like something happened in Northern America and Southern Canada. You know, I don't know what it could be. It could have been something. Probably could have been, you know, it could be a number of things. It's just interesting. moving on now to the more recent Bigfoot reports that have been put up on the BFRO page. There's a Class B from September 2019. It's interesting, that is for sure. I really wish there was a website like MUFON where people could just put them up and you could see them all on a map. You know, maybe this website for BFRO, it's old. You can tell it's old. It's gotta be from what? I don't know, early 2000s, since it was last updated. They're like, they could do so much more impactful things if they just updated the website and, you know, they had more of a map like how MUFON is. I'm not saying it has to be 100%, you know, these reports aren't screened and then put up, but I wish there was a faster process, and maybe that's part of the BFRO protocol. You know, maybe they want to screen these reports out and see, you know, determine if they're worthy of being investigated or not, and that is respectable, that is for sure. But also, if someone has a story and it's deemed untrue or not significant enough for some reason or whatever, that's ultimately hindering the field of Sasquatch, Bigfoot research, anything. And that's kind of why I like MUFON, how they have the UFO stalker page and all that. It allows for a more fluid process when it comes to these things. But you also get people who post pictures of things that are obviously lens flares or jets or things like that, and that can be annoying, you know. And I feel like in the Bigfoot field, like for BFRO, maybe they should have a less extensive screening process, but let it be a little bit more fluid, you know, because we have things here that have been recently posted from 2014, you know, and 2015, and some other things. Some of these possibly were just recently reported. Like, let's click on the 2014 one. It was submitted in 2014. So that means that it took around 6 years for it to be screened and then posted. But with the MUFON page, it takes minutes for that report to be put on the map, which is really helpful for people like me who want to get a larger picture of what's going on in certain fields. So what do you guys think of the black triangle flap? Am I, you know, spewing bullshit here? Is this something? You know? It might not be something, it might be. I want to know what you guys think. Okay guys, this has been the end of the video. Gonna leave it with that. First video in around a year. Hope this is, you know, the beginning of another pretty large, you know, run of posts that I'm gonna put out, like how it used to be after the demonetization. So yeah, with that, I'm gonna close off. This has been Cryptid Countdown, and remember to look deeper.